Two players. And a Grumpcade.
Heyo!
Welcome back to Pokemon.
Pokemon Art Academy, we're back at it. And we've, well, we were kind of debating this, but we've already done Voltorb, and we don't want to risk losing Voltorb.
Yeah, we don't know if it'll, because it got rid of your original Voltorb when you did another free draw.
I don't want to get rid of the
Voltorb.
last Voltorb I did. I think it's a nice one. I'm gonna move on, because I think
if doing this one
counts.
won't get rid of our existing Voltorb, then we'll do it.
Later.
So let us know if we can do this Voltorb safely without deleting our old one, because that Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan God.
Super Saiyan, no God, Super Saiyan.
He's near and dear to my
I don't
heart.
want to lose it. Okay, I'm
Exactly.
feeling.
Are we on to these apprentice?
Yeah, man.
ones?
Look, we did both those guys. Remember?
There we did. Yeah, we did.
Before
This
RTX.
is our first Pokemon Art Academy post RTX.
Post RTX. That is correct.
We just got back from Austin, where it was 103 degrees, which fucking sucked. Other than that, though, everything was awesome.
God, it was so fucking hot.
I really like that town, but yeah, fuck that weather, man. So you're gonna do a Snivy? Snivy, fetch me a Danish.
Snivy. It's not Snivy?
Is it Snivy?
I have no idea.
I don't know, man. I'm a fucking Gen 1er. I don't give a
Snivy.
shit.
Snivy. Oh, don't say that. Welcome. In this mini lesson, you'll be
like
drawing
him.
Snivy.
I think it's Snivy.
Snivy. It is known for being
very
intelligent and calm.
He looks very calm.
Oh, that is a lovely.
He's got little T-Rex arms.
That's
little
cute.
stubby
He's
things.
more like a salamander thing.
Yeah.
Like a Fletchling. We're gonna draw him. Oh, so we're supposed to do the Fletchling
Color
first?
pencil, that's good. Do you want to go back and do Fletchling?
No, it's
Is
okay.
it too late?
No, it's okay.
Dark greens are going to be main shapes, leaving out most things to do this for now. Sweet. Alright, look at all those blobs.
Wow. Just wow. Okay.
Would you look at that?
I'm
Snivy.
thinking I might. Ooh,
Well,
I did not
okay,
mean
off
to
to
do
a great
that.
start.
I'm gonna skip forward and just.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes I just do this just so I can get to the see the reference that they throw down.
Exactly.
It actually does help a little bit.
Oh my god, his eyes are like a 9. Whoa.
Right. Wow. Okay. That is a really complicated looking. All right. I'm gonna go with a blue. You know what? I'm gonna go with
Yeah,
a blue.
I missed the days when it was like, just draw a lemon, then add ears. Now it's like, add all these complicated shapes. But that's actually something, God,
You know what,
was that fucking yesterday? That we were still at RTX? Because it's Monday now. Holy shit.
Yes, we were at RTX yesterday.
So yesterday, during your quick draw panel,
oh my god, that was yesterday!
yeah, that's what I'm kind of freaking out about. I'm like, it feels like way longer ago.
Let me use the other tools. I don't want to sketch it.
You and Aaron joined Pat on a quick draw thing at RTX, and
Oh my god, wait. Sorry, keep going. I think I'm.
Are you skipping through the entire lesson
I
without
think-
doing anything? Wow, the invisible Snivy. Good job, Ross. Good job, Ross.
No, I think what it's actually making me do is forcing me to use the pencil for everything.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. We're gonna go for the. He was like Fletchling, which we skipped for some reason.
Oh,
We're doing a colored pencil effect. So all you have is the colored pencil.
I should have read that. I apologize.
Bro,
That's okay.
Who has time to read except for me and not you?
Time to draw. All right.
Yeah.
His head looks like this.
But I was you can turn the reference back on, I think. It's the there you go. If you tap it again, it probably shows you just the actual Pokemon.
That's fine. I can work with this.
Well, yeah, that's what Patrick was saying. Does it go by Patrick or Pat? I don't actually know.
Either's fine.
Okay. Well, what Pat was saying during the panel was like, he's like part of being an artiste is
An RT, ET, RT. It's okay.
oh RT artiste. Got it. That's pretty clever. Part of being artiste is like seeing things for the shapes that they are. And I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. That's how
And
should do
you
everything.
and Aaron were like, yeah, huh? And I was like, what, you guys see like matrix code when you look at stuff?
Okay, for instance, right? I was having a problem with a head that was like, okay, I'll show you this really quick. I'm not gonna be able to draw this very well in 3DS freehand, but for instance, like a head where the angle is it's looking down.
I'm not sure what I'm looking at all.
I'm gonna explain this in a sec. I can't really do it on the
Okay.
3DS, to be honest.
Whoa.
But like the idea is that
It's like some kind of alien monster.
that's a really bad example. But I'm just saying that like, for instance, like that's a head looking downwards, right? So like,
I think I see it now.
Yeah, so
he's like facing to the right. Looking
yeah,
down.
so I was like always having problems with that in my head. I was like, because when you're drawing heads, sometimes like when you try to go to different perspectives, it gets a little confusing. So I was just like, what I realized was like, well, if I just draw it like this and just kind of draw it like faceplates almost, Like draw that.
Faceplates.
Like, because if you look at like toys and stuff and how the molds are done,
Oh.
you can be like, oh, that's the back of the
take,
head.
like, that slice of
and
the
then,
head.
then you can chuck that there and put on the ear, and then you can whack down, boom, neck.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's a really bad example of it. I could probably do a lot better on a fucking Cintiq, but I mean, that's an example of seeing that shape, and you know, I can use that to like, basically have that in my visual memory a little easier.
Yeah, because for me, as an artiste in training, it's nigh impossible for me to look at a head and be like, yeah, it's a circle and a bunch of triangles. Like, to me, because what Pat was talking about, how it's like, it's the sum of its parts, and you can't, you're probably gonna have more trouble drawing it if you try to just look at the final result and draw that. And the best way to do it is to break it down into its simpler shapes like that. And I was like, whoa, man, that's neat.
That is very, very, very solid advice.
Because that makes my brain tickle.
Like, for instance, trying to think of another example of a shape, like, sometimes when I see people drawing, like, a head from, like, 3/4 behind, so, like, the head's like this, and, you know, you got your, I don't know, like that.
Is that the butt of the head?
I'm just trying to draw, like, a head, so let's say, I don't know, this is a really bad example, that would probably be there.
Sweet.
Let's say that's the head, and they're looking, like, that way, right? And the guy's standing here. Sometimes, like, I remember when I was younger, I would just do this, and that's wrong. It's the
for the ear.
Yeah, what you'd really have is. Oh, actually, you know what? I just remembered. I can do this now. Aha! If you hit D-pad across, you get like.
Nice.
So you can just do this shape, do that, and go boom, and then you have an ear from behind. Like it's just small things like that, you know. You start to remember stuff.
But
it makes things
that's
easier.
still style dependent, right? It's just like how you draw ears from the back.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty common.
Like if you were drawing Homer Simpson from the back, he wouldn't have that complicated a structure.
Good question. I don't know. I never really have imitated Simpsons art before, but I would imagine it wouldn't be too different to that.
Yeah.
But
Marge.
Oh my god.
Marge. Fucking Chris's fucking Homer voice. It kills me. Yeah, we've been hanging out with Oni. Oni NG.
Chris O'Neill!
Very, very good dude. He's hanging out with us at RTX. We're partying. RTX was a good time. Do you have any stories about RTX, Ross? Did you get any fights with any hooligans on the streets of Austin?
I'm trying to think. Like,
any
I definitely had
toting their guns going, wow, wow, Wild West, welcome to Texas, everything's bigger here. Pow,
I definitely had, like, a few, like, awkward exchanges.
I mean, sure.
Like... Oh man, I'm trying to think, like,
I'm trying to decide if you're drawing Mr. Game & Watch or not.
Huh?
It looks like you're drawing Mr. Game & Watch with a Jaws shark jutting out of his mouth.
Jaws shark? Oh, I guess a little bit.
I don't know. I'll let you keep doing your artistry. What were your awkward exchanges?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was going to the bathroom before one of our panels, and then I tried to open the door, but I guess someone was stuck, like, just behind the door as it's opening, so I couldn't open it. And then I was like, oh, sorry, and I banged him with the door. And then he just went, Ross? And I was like, oh, hi, man. And then he, like, shook my hand, but his hand was, like, filthy wet. And the first thing that went to my mind was, like, that's pee.
Wait, had he just been washing his hands?
Yeah, but you know when someone walks up to you...
But you were in a bathroom, guy shakes hand, you're like, that's pee.
Yeah, immediately, you know what I mean? Like, someone goes, like, if someone shakes your hand, right? And you've just been in a bathroom, the first thing you're gonna think is, like...
He peed all over himself.
He just peed himself on his hand, and now he's shaking my hand.
Oh, yeah. You're like, that you just look down at your hand, and it's all covered with some sort of yellow liquid, and you're like, oops, they gotta fix their pipes. That's what the water looks like here.
What?
I don't know. Yeah, I had a fun experience in the bathroom as well.
That sounds really fun.
I know. Well, so I went into a restroom so that I may rest, because what else does one do in a restroom but rest? And I stepped in the door, and the bathroom is empty except for me, who had just entered, and a man in a homemade Gundam suit of sorts.
I think I know the one you're talking about. Actually, I saw him there.
Oh yeah, it was a pretty badass suit, but it was
cool.
I think pretty clearly made out of some sort of like blocky cardboard kind of thing.
It's probably foam or something.
And he was just very awkwardly, desperately trying to dab his forehead because he was just drenched in sweat. Because need I remind you, it was over 100 degrees in Austin with very high humidity.
Yeah, cosplay there does not sound fun, to be honest.
God no, unless you're cosplaying Kill la Kill and you're half naked anyway.
Oh, that would be great.
But this dude was just like, just trying to dab his forehead. and then I like did my business and was washing my hands, and I watched him kind of like awkwardly crab shuffle out of the door, and the door's like half closed on him, and he couldn't really hold the door open, and was just, oh, you're turning him into Homer now. He just picked up on that. Great. Marge, Snivy, but Marge, Poe, come on. Get it? Instead of Doe, he says Poe. Come on. Anyway, yeah, so I watched this dude have this horribly lengthy exchange, simply trying to dry some of the sweat pouring out of his face and leave the bathroom, and it took him like 5 minutes to do this. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of stood there and was like, I love this community. Because I forgot to mention, this was in the bathroom of a restaurant. Okay. This wasn't even in the convention center. And I was like, God damn, I fucking love
It's like you went to that fucking that dedication to actually like keep the costume on.
Oh yeah. I was just like mad respect. It just I left that bathroom smiling, and everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, I had a great time in that bathroom. But yeah, man, Austin's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
I really liked it. I would love to go there when it's not summer, because this was my second time there, last time being last year's RTX.
Yeah, no, I don't remember being that hot last year, though.
I don't either, but it definitely was.
Oh, and I should probably say, if people don't know what RTX is for whatever reason,
fair point.
It's the Rooster Teeth Expo.
There you go.
They're the guys who do Red vs. Blue, and it's technically Achievement Hunter and everything else. Ruby, yeah, all that stuff. So
yep. Great goddamn people.
Yeah, they were really cool. I went to a few. Actually, snuck into a panel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I went to an animation panel that my friend Shane and Dylan were on.
Sweet.
They work on Ruby, and it was really heartwarming, because obviously with Monty and all that.
I don't think you actually have a line there, unless you're just doing your own thing.
No, I know.
Okay.
But yeah, like with what happened with Monty and everything, it was a really like heartwarming panel, and it had this like really like awesome, like an awesome thing that happened there. This mother, she was like asking the Ruby team, like, hey, like my daughter really wants to get an animation. She's a little shy about posting her work. What should she do, and like what should she do to improve? And basically, like they gave really good advice. Like other young animators in the gave advice, and I think another mother gave advice to that mother, like in the middle of the panel, while the panelists were doing nothing. Wow. Like while these two mothers were talking to each other in the middle of the panel. It was really special. It was like a poser panel, which is like the animation program they do a lot of the stuff in. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, so halfway through the panel, someone comes in and drops off basically gear like to give away, and one of them was a copy of Poser. So when the panel ended, they were like, oh, well, now we got all these giveaway stuff, what do we do? And then everyone in the crowd was like, give it to the mom! Yeah. And then they like, they gave this free copy of Poser to this mom who was just like, oh my god, thank you so much, like this is gonna be such a huge help to her. And I was like,
god damn it.
So beautiful.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was a really cool panel. I'm glad I made it. It was like at 9 a.m. though, so I had to get up really fucking early for it.
Damn, yo.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I didn't get much of a chance to hit up the show floor. I did get to go for a little bit, and I got to see the Monty.
Yeah,
I don't know what the right word for it would be.
It was a memorial.
It was a
there
memorial.
You go. Yeah.
And that was really moving. I left a note.
That's cool.
It was really cool to see.
I did too. Like. Oh, this is gonna get somber, but like, no, it's all right. Monty was a really good friend of mine. I knew Monty before, actually before he started working at Red vs. Blue. We met in 2009, I think, early 2009, and he basically had a little booth by like at Anime Expo, where he was giving away free DVDs of what do you call it? I'm trying to remember the name. Oh, Dead Fantasy. I know that. Why did I forget?
Yeah.
And basically, like, he was using this like booth he had just to give away free DVDs, because he was afraid of like selling them, because obviously it was a thing about, you know, like it's about Dead Fantasy characters and Final Fantasy characters. You don't want to get in trouble by selling that content.
Right.
Also, it's free online, so he was selling it, and I met him there, and we got talking about animation and stuff, and then we became good friends. He came back to a friend's place, and we hung out at my friend's apartment for a while, and it was a really good time. And we became really good friends. And funny story was, I mean, I'm not sure if most people would have seen this, but I think I told you this story. So way back in 2010, I was looking to move to the US, right? And that's no easy thing to do, I have to say.
Yeah.
It's not fun. And basically what happened was Monty was like, oh, hey, man, like, I need people to work on Red versus Blue. And I was like, oh, dude, I would fucking love to work on Red versus Blue. And he was just like, yeah, let's make this happen. So he like spent some time talking to Bernie and Matt Hollum and all those guys that kind of high ups at Rooster Teeth. But the end product was that he came back to me. He's like, yeah, they can't do it. It's just too difficult to get you into the country. And I was like, it's all right, man. He said, yeah, they're trying really hard to get this guy from the UK over. And I'm like, okay, I understand. So I guess like it was either like a him or me situation, or it was just too difficult to get either one of us in, right?
Or they were just dealing with it and like, this is such a pain in the ass, we don't want to deal with it again.
So years later, so I just kind of like went on my merry way, and I was just like, all right, well, I won't put all my eggs in this basket. Like, I'm not going to probably move to Texas. And years later, I realized that the person in question that they were trying to get instead of me was Gavin at Achievement Hunter.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I've never really had a discussion with Gavin. Seems like a nice guy, though. I've only heard good things about Gavin. I know, as funnily enough, I know Meg, but I've never spoken to Gavin.
Yeah.
That was a really interesting circumstance, because I was like, wow, that's really weird, like how that happened. But anyway, years later, 2014, I was at RTX, and I went to the Ruby panel, and Monty just said to me, he was like, oh, like, come to the front row and hang out, and I'll afterwards we'll go hang out. And I was like, sweet, man, that sounds awesome. So he brought me backstage after the panel. He brought me backstage.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at the story. I'm laughing at the drama.
No, I know. Could you do me a favor and look up Duff?
Oh, yeah, I was actually thinking of doing it.
Yeah, I don't know what the Duff logo looks like.
Yeah.
So anyway, after the...
I'll just do it.
Sorry, I got it.
I was actually wondering if you're going to go with that route or do like Bart's head as the tail.
Okay, I got it.
You do like Lisa's head as the tail.
Oh my god, that would be terrible. It
would be terrifying.
So yeah, it was after the... oh god, got a burp. Pardon me.
Nice.
So after the Ruby panel in 2014, Monty brought me backstage, and after a while of just chatting with him, he was like talking to me about the show that I wanted to make, and then giving me basically an earful for not making it. So that was kind of like, I'm sorry, I should be working harder. You're right. And I was kind of down on myself at the time, honestly. And yeah, he was really, really encouraging. And all of a sudden, Matt Hollum, who's the CEO, I think that's his title, of Rooster Teeth, walks over, and he like introduces himself. I can't remember exactly how the exchange go, but the short end of it was basically he was asking about Game Grumps, and I was like, yeah, like thank you so much for bringing us, I've been following Rooster Teeth for a long time. It's really cool to be a guest here. And then Monty interjects, and he's just like, hey Matt, and he's like, yeah, like you remember that Australian kid we couldn't hire? And Matt's like, yeah, what about it? He just like points at me, and I just remember Matt going like, oh, what? Like that's his reaction, because obviously he couldn't tell at first ear that I was an Aussie guy, and and he's like, wait, so what? Like he was very taken back by it. I was like, oh, this is, man, life's weird like that, So
yeah.
I guess all I'm saying is if you hit a spot where you're just like something doesn't work out, sometimes life's funny like that, and shit just kind of comes around. And
yeah, thank God that Gavin was such a pain in the ass, because we got you.
Yeah, good job, Gavin. Which is funny, because when I started on Game Grumps, everyone kept comparing me to Gavin. They're like, oh, Russ is like the Gavin of fucking
you're
Game
not
Grumps.
From the US and you're a goofball?
Yeah, basically, yeah. So I thought that was really kind of funny, yeah. So
damn.
I don't know, that was just like an interesting coincidence, and
that's crazy.
I mean, it was very like it was very cool to see everyone at Rooster Teeth, because like obviously the last time I saw everyone was under pretty depressing circumstances.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to see everyone was in good spirits, and it's a bit of one of those lines to touch. But yeah, no, it was cool, and I just left a message for Monty, because I was basically just leaving a message saying like, yeah, about that cartoon I didn't make, I'm sorry, I'm doing it now. Like that was the gist of it, basically. Yeah, so
that's what you left on the memorial?
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I just said we love you.
Yeah, it's
true. I kept
true.
it short and sweet.
Absolutely. I made it long because I'm a sap.
Because I remember the first time I saw, I think Haloid was before Death
Oh,
Fantasy.
yeah, I saw that before I knew him.
Watching that on the like front page of game trailers.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
And just being completely blown away. And then it's like, yeah, it was made by one dude. And it's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I remember that exact
That was a
reaction.
big deal at the time.
That was so crazy.
And I met Monty for the first time, I think, at RTX last year when he jumped up on stage during our panel.
That was wild, man.
I had never met him, and it was like, holy shit, okay.
I mean, yeah, he jumped up and he gave me a hug, and that was awesome.
Yeah. And we hung out a little bit in someone's hotel room later.
I can't remember who that was. Was that mine?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not important.
It's not important, but
yeah.
we hung out.
Yeah, we got to hang out, and I actually got a chance to chat one-on-one with him briefly, but that was the majority of my experience with him. I just remember, like, I met him, and then I think he, like, immediately started following me on Twitter, and I was like, what? Holy shit.
He's a good guy. He was a really
He just
fucking
completely
good guy.
floored me.
Yeah, absolutely. I still remember a lot of things he told me, like, he was very encouraging.
Oh yeah.
And like even going back as far as like 2008 or 2009, I remember him like just basically riding my ass and being like, "Fuck you! Stop being lazy. Do your shit. Work."
He was the embodiment of that. Like, just make something.
Yeah. Basically.
Which I feel like we've all kind of taken on that message now.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think
it's a great message.
Yeah, Monty left a positive. It's you know like it's one of those things like I don't know. It's I think when Monty passed, it was kind of this thing where I was just like, oh fuck, like I really have to get my ass in gear, you know, like this is stupid, like I can't believe
life is so short.
Like yeah, I mean that was the short end of it, you know, like I think it's also kind of like a thing where you kind of want to honor your friend, and you're just like I gotta do something really great for you know. I don't know. It's weird. It's hard, and I don't want this episode to be super somber and make people upset. I hope.
I think hopefully it's ultimately inspiring.
Yeah.
That's the main takeaway. Is like, just gotta follow your passions.
Absolutely.
Just get busy.
There was actually a pretty interesting thing that happened though when I was at that animation panel with all the guys. So I've started talking to one of the new guys, Dylan, I believe, who is. I think just recently brought on to Rooster Teeth, and the crazy thing was that when I was at the panel, there was this shot in some footage from Ruby that they were showing off at, hold on, sorry, my nose is running. I'm not crying, it's okay. I promise you I'm not crying.
Are you sick from RTX?
No, I actually might be getting a call from RTX.
Oh jeez, get away from me.
Yeah, and my good new buddy, Dylan, he was up on the panel, and they showed some footage from the new Ruby, right? And it was quite interesting because there was this shot, and the best way I can explain it was it's one of those kind of very like Naruto anime shots where it's like head very, sorry, I'm doing a bad job of this, head very close, you know, like body down, and then the fist is like way back there.
Oh, and he's like reeling back for a punch?
Yeah, basically, and it's coming up to the camera to punch.
He's like, oh.
But to do that in 3D, sometimes you actually, like what that actually looks like to the, if you had the camera to the side, is like this.
Oh, it's like broken up into chunks?
No, they stretch the arms.
Oh.
So it looks...
it's like those sidewalk art drawings where it's like just forced perspective?
Sometimes they do stuff like that to create a forced perspective to get that like distortion.
That's really cool.
And
the software just allows them to do that? They're not
if your rig allows for it, you can really kind of morph the proportions to kind of get that like that exact look you want.
That's
when
really neat.
I saw it, I was a little taken back because in 2010 or 11, I think it was 2011, I was at Comic-Con, and I met up with Monty, and we were just hanging out and chatting. You'd look up Homer Simpson, sorry.
Do you want me to do it?
Well, actually, I know what the fuck Homer Simpson looks like, I'm fine. Oh, how do I color it? Do I have to use...
I think you just color in the lines.
Oh, that's pretty brutal.
I don't know if it'll give you another layer.
That's brutal. Wow, that's really brutal.
Press the thing again. What was the text on the top screen? It's just describing the tools. Add shading. Oh, you skipped a thing.
I can figure it out, whatever.
All right. They're only giving you one pen.
Sorry,
anyway.
what was... Oh, yeah, so basically there was a shot like that. And I was really amazed because back in 2000 and...
Did you do that weird line of the...
What?
Was that intentional? The
do you mean?
Big yellow stripe?
No, that's the guideline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just looked down and looked back up and I was like, whoa.
Oh, so anyway, yeah, back in 2010 there was this fucking we had basically hung out. We hung out at a Comic-Con. It was at a BioWare booth.
Here's Homer Simpson if you need him.
Oh, thank you very much. So we were at this Bioware booth and we're hanging out and we're just chatting. And here, this is like a year before Ruby started, he told me the entirety of like Ruby, like just everything he wanted to do with it, and it was just like, it was wild. And he just told me all this stuff.
Aaron basically gave you a verbal Bible.
Yeah,
for it?
of Ruby, and I was just like, and like he was like, oh, it's like, you know, like there's like a Little Red Riding Hood, you know, like all the like fable characters would be like personified via this like anime aesthetic, and you know like. You know, they all have like unique weapons, and like he was just that's why he just gave me the whole jam. And there he was like explaining to me like what his vision for it was, and he said that he was watching a lot of this anime called, and I'm probably gonna get it wrong because I've never watched it. Black Rock Shooter, I think, is what it's called. It's like a girl in a like black, and I don't really understand the plot, so I want to watch it eventually because I've seen clips of it. And he explained that the way that this show was done was that. You essentially, like it was exactly that. And he's like, I want to do stuff where, you know, like I can use like rigs and distort them to get the kind of anime perspective that I want.
Was the show in 3D that he was referring to?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
So there's some bits in 2D, but a lot of it was 3D, right?
Oh, okay.
So, and that was like some of the stuff they were doing. They were using that distorted perspective. And he's like, these are the kind of shots I want to do in Ruby. And I'd seen maybe like a few of them, but like that was the exact shot that this new guy on Ruby had done, was the exact same fucking shot Monty told me about years ago. Exactly the same.
So fucking cool.
And he had no idea. I went up to him like,
really?
did you talk to Monty about this? And he's like, no. I'm like, dude, this is an exact replica of a shot that Monty explained to me that he wanted to do. Like just like a jump forward, but like really intense anime perspective. And I was just like, that is so crazy. Like
that's really neat.
You unlock your phone, buddy?
There you go.
Oh, it's not unlocked. Okay, cool. But yeah, like that, I don't know. That was I don't know. It made me like, it's kind of like a nice moment. I was just like, oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I you know, I hope it goes well. I really do.
What, Ruby?
Yeah, no,
seems
absolutely.
to be doing pretty good so far.
Yeah, it seems like it's doing pretty good.
Yeah. Saw a lot of really cool cosplays at RTX.
Yeah, it's like it's really cool that they've created this you know, like franchise that essentially is you know, in a way inspiring a lot of people to create, and you know, that fan art, whatever, and on top of that cosplay and all that. And I think that's something Monty would have, well, he loved. I know he loves, because when I first met him, it was actually because someone I knew was dressing up as a character from Dead Fantasy, and he had a Dead Fantasy meetup, and he would always go to his own meetups. So yeah. I know that people creating from stuff he'd created was kind of a big deal to him. So yeah, no, that's awesome. Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff. I'm sorry if this is a downer topic, guys.
Feels
but
good.
Love and respect your friends, you know?
Yeah.
They're not there forever. It's an important life lesson.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Good to fucking know,
good,
bro.
It's a good reminder.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things.
I don't know. It's like one of those things, right? Like I'm working on a cartoon right now, and it's been pretty hectic because like it's kind of this weird thing where like because of the way that we're doing it, I haven't really had a chance to animate much lately. Like everything I've done has been very
You've been writing a lot.
Yeah, I've been writing a lot.
And you and Aaron.
So the end result now is that we have a 47-page script for the pilot of Gameverse, and it's...
Jeez.
I think where it is now, considering it's a first draft, I really like it, and I hope people do as well. But a part of me is just like, you know, man, like we definitely need to sit through it and put some time into it and just make sure this is exactly how we want to do it. But
yeah, I think it's safe to say it's a long ways off from anything that's showable.
It's definitely a long ways off. But yeah, I'm gonna start boarding it, and then we're gonna work on it. And I want to do like cleanup. I want to do fucking everything on that show. Like,
yeah,
I'm really excited for it.
I'm never gonna spoil anything, but you've shared a fair amount with me, even in terms of like who the characters are and backstories and all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm really excited about it, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
From my perspective, just kind of like I've sat in on a few kind of writers' rooms with you and Aaron, but I've mainly just been kind of watching from the sidelines and watching this thing develop, and it's been really exciting,
man. Like I wasn't like
it's way more organic than
it's weird, right? Like I think a lot of and this is another thing Monty always told me, is that you have to, and this is something you probably might remember if you ever watched his tribute video, like he always talked about watching stuff. Like if you want to, you know, get good at like writing stories or coming up with ideas, the most important thing is watching stuff. Like, find your inspiration, find, you know, like, ideas. Like, everything is a derivative from something else. And I've said that before in this playthrough, but, you know, like, it's the damn truth, man. And, you know, like, I watched all of Star Trek, like, every series. I watched it all. And that was a huge inspiration. And then I watched the Green Lantern animated series, and I was like, that gave me tons of ideas, and I just kept going. And every show I watch, you know, it gives you ideas, and also helps you if you watch a show and you can start to guess where things are going. You're probably getting the hang of like breaking down the stories.
Yeah,
and like you're getting good at like knowing like, oh, I know exactly where this is going. And I actually got to the point where
isn't that a little dark for his?
Is it
his thing?
Yeah, you might be right.
I think you can just use the normal Snivy color for that.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, that's close. But yeah, it's actually got to a point where when I watch things with Holly, I'll always guess where stuff is going, and I've got a pretty damn good guess rate.
Really?
Yeah, we were watching Madoka, and I guessed like in the first episode what one of the girls' powers was, and it's like a huge spoiler.
Oh damn!
And everyone's just like, how the fuck did you figure that out? And I was like, ABC, and they're like, fuck off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
I'm usually pretty bad about properly picking up. It's the kind of thing where then I'll go back and rewatch and be like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Like I kind of went through that a little bit with Steven Universe, where I kind of guessed something and then had it spoiled for me, and I don't know. I'm not gonna spoil anything. Steven Universe is fantastic.
I love Steven Universe. It's actually a really, really, really good show. It's actually interesting. I'm gonna try not to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. So there's a reveal. I mean, in any show, there's a reveal, right? But they have reveal, like one of the reveals, which I won't spoil. There's like hints to it stringed throughout the show. So once you know what the reveal was, you can go back and watch the show, and like small.
I think we're talking about the same spoiler.
I know what you're talking. Yeah.
Yeah, there's stuff everywhere that's like very tiny little pokes at it.
I want to do exactly that shit, man. Foreshadowing is so. If you know where you're gonna go with something, and you've got time to write overviews of all the episodes, like just
because also it's a pretty unique. Yeah, this is fantastic. That in particular is a pretty unique kind of spoiler because it doesn't dramatically affect the show.
Right.
You know, it's just kind of like it kind of gives you more information about something. And
and maybe
so even if you figure it out ahead of time, you're not like, holy crap, like everything's different, and oh my god, the world's bigger than I ever thought. It's like, oh wow, that's cool. And then when it happens in the show, it's like really interesting and neat. But
you know, I don't think this is too much of a spoiler because this is the first episode. But there's a song in the first episode, and
the theme song?
No, not the theme song. I'm without hopefully spoiling anything.
It's the first episode. I think it's okay to spoil.
Cookie Cat. Do you remember?
Oh yeah. I fucking love Cookie Cat.
Did you pick up on the fact that the whole Cookie Cat song was entirely the plot of
oh my god,
why they left their planet?
Oh my god. Oh, he left his family behind.
Yeah, came from outer space, left his family behind.
Oh, Cookie Cat, no!
Yeah, it's basically the plot of like the crystal gems of like why they're gone.
Oh, Cookie Cat. His story is so tragic, just like the gems.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like it was clearly like because Holly hadn't seen the first episode, she'd only seen some of the later ones, so we went back and we watched the.
I fucking love Cookie Cat, man.
Yeah, I know.
Cookie Cat.
You can't remember
I don't remember any of the. All I remember is that he left his family because it's so sad.
Yeah, but like here's the thing: like if you watched, I went back and watched that after watching much later in the series, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, for the record, I have no idea. I know I'm only at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
So I have no idea if like he left his family behind is like a. It's not a one-to-one spoiler in case anyone's like, oh no, they spoiled something for me. It's like
it's really
I think it's more of a metaphor.
It's a metaphor for it can mean a million things.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean anything you think it means.
I don't think metaphor is the right word there.
I know what you mean though.
But yeah, it's analogous to the actual plot. So it's like that comic within a comic in Watchmen. The dude on the boat with the sharks and the corpses.
Right.
Like,
I know what you're talking about.
There's a fucking word for that when it's like,
oops,
that also kind of represents the entire story as a whole.
Frame narrative?
Probably. Well, because doesn't that just mean it's a story within a story?
Yes.
But it's a story within a story that's also kind of a condensed version of the larger story. I don't know. Aren't Duff bottles brown?
This is kind of brownish.
It's a reddish brown, but
it's close enough color. Actually, the color is different on the screen to what it is on the 3DS.
Oh yeah.
But
I guess that's
a lot
the color
darker.
they're using in his eyes, so I guess
fine.
staying closer on palette will make the background look nice whenever it decides to pop
That's
up.
a valid point.
Hopefully the background is like Snivy in a bar. That'd be pretty.
It's not even a bar.
He's like in most taverns straight up. Snivy.
Snivy's a radioactive Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
Snivy
man.
is a Pokemon that works in Sector 7G.
I hope I didn't bring anyone down with all that talk.
Nah,
but
man.
I hope it's I don't know.
It's important. Wait, does your coloring go underneath or above the line art?
It's above. That's why I'm kind of going near the edges. That's why I was confused. It's like, wait, we're really using the pencil for the whole thing?
That's weird that they kind of like teach you about layers and then they're like, now just do a drawing all in one layer.
I think they're trying to teach me how to use just the pencils.
I guess, but that almost seems like a more beginner tutorial to be like, draw everything on one piece of paper, because it's, you know, simpler to understand if you've never used any kind of painting software.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge it.
I'm a big fan of your Snivy,
Thank
if
you.
I may say so.
It's very annoying to color it because I can't get the thing any bigger.
What? Oh, the pen?
I can. I'm a dummy. I don't know why.
You're a ding.
Sorry. Every time I come back to this, I forget
I-
something new.
I kind of like the look of it with the smaller pen because it leaves all those little lines and stuff.
Imperfections, Yeah, I gotcha.
Lets you know it was hand colored, not just paint bucket.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man. What was I gonna say? Yeah. No. I like RTX. That's all I want to say.
oh yeah.
I'm
Long story short.
It was a good time. It was a good
Yeah,
time.
absolutely. Met a lot of really
Real
cool
good
people.
time. It was good catching up with peeps like Ray and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Also,
Ray's
a lot
doing
of
good.
really nice people said hi, and
Yeah.
I took selfies with people, and they were nice. So
Yeah.
that was good.
That was pretty sweet.
And then I would go back to my hotel room and just crank the AC as high as possible.
Yeah, I did a lot of that. Actually. The air in that city was absolutely poisonously hot.
It's I mean, because especially living in LA, because it'll get hot, not that hot, but it'll get close to 100
It's
at its
toasty.
hottest. But it's way less humid, and also we live in a desert, which means that it's even when it's really hot, it'll still get chilly at night.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when it's super fucking hot out, it's not gonna get that cold, but there's still a stark difference between day and night in the desert. Whereas, and for some reason I always thought Texas was a desert, but I guess it's crazy humid, and I don't know, it's similar, but still, like you would walk out of the hotel or the convention center or whatever, so you're leaving AC, it's the middle of night, it's like midnight, and I'm just used to going out at night and it being colder than it was in the day, and I would walk outside and it's still fucking hot out in the middle of the night. It would still be
yeah.
like 85 degrees
That's
or 90
crazy.
degrees at night, and it, like that more than anything else threw me off temperature-wise. Where I was like, God damn.
Yeah, how? There's no sun.
I know.
Sun's off, dude. Turn
Yeah.
down the heat.
And I was chatting. We Ubered to the airport yesterday. God damn, time feels like a week ago already. And we had this wonderful man by the name of Brad who Ubered us, and
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, you know, living on the surface of the sun is tough work. And he recommended that next time we're in town, we go to Hippie Hollow.
What the hell is that?
It is a nude beach, apparently,
Okay.
in Texas. And of course, Aaron immediately is like, any hot chicks there? And he's like, well, probably, but on account of me being gay and all, I'm looking more at the dudes. And we were like, we've learned a lot about you, Uber driver, on this short jaunt to the
Wow,
airport.
that is pretty interesting.
Yeah. So he was like, go to Hippie Hollow.
I've never been to a nude beach.
Me neither.
I'm not sure I could.
Actually,
to be
maybe,
honest.
have I? I mean, I think I went to a beach, because I think nude beach means you have to be naked. And I believe I've been to a beach where you can be naked in Europe.
Oh, Europe's
Or maybe a
very...
topless beach. I don't know. I think I was in Greece. I don't know. But it's never what you expect. You expect, you know...
sexy people everywhere.
Yeah, like a fucking... Victoria's Secret models just bouncing along the beach. And that's not really the reality.
No.
But that's all good. You get to see your
like
friends
a
junk, so
locker
that's probably a
room.
good time.
Mhm.
Like at the Korean spa that you refuse to go to.
It's not the naked thing that makes me not want to go. It's the fucking it looking and feeling like a prison.
You know, weirdly, that's the part that I'm not over. I agree with you. Like,
I can't get over it.
Like the naked part was weird at first.
Put you in weird orange shirts.
But the
they
fact
give you cafeteria food.
To backpedal, I'm a little burpy now. Looking at all this beer that you're drawing. There's a Korean spa that we've gone to a number of times in LA, and it was on. It was on Conan.
It was on Conan.
Yeah. Conan did a segment at a Korean spa that is 100% the exact same spa that we have been to in the past. So it was really weird watching a camera crew and being like, I've been naked exactly where they're filming. That was kind of unsettling to see. But we'll go there and they give all the men white shirts and all the women yellow shirts, and you have to wear your shirt and shorts in the co-ed areas. You're not allowed to be naked in the co-ed areas, but in the locker rooms, and especially in the sauna areas, you're supposed to be naked. Like, I guess they frown upon you if you cover yourself.
But they're not co-gender or whatever, right?
Oh yeah, no, the locker rooms are gendered.
Right.
But apparently if you cover yourself in the sauna part where they have like
they're like, let me see
pools-
that dick of yours.
Well, I was reading that it's something like they think you're diseased and that you're hiding something if you like are wearing a bathing suit, I guess. It's like part of
Or I
Korean
just don't want to
culture.
show you my dick.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But yeah, so when you're in the co-ed area, everyone's wearing these uniform shirts. It kind of feels like gym class in a way, but even weirder because you have gendered shirts. It felt like a cult. It feels like a cult.
That's
in there,
exactly. Oh, that's
100%.
exactly what I said. I was
Yeah.
like, it feels cultish. I don't like it in here.
So the first time I went, I was weirded out by all the penises, and then I was weirded out by the culty nature.
Yeah, look, when Susie's ever.
Also,
yeah.
sorry, they
Okay.
when you get there and you kind of pay for whatever you want up front, or you pay when you leave, whatever. You get basically something that looks like a wristwatch that has a number on it, and you scan that to pay for everything. So there's like a restaurant kind of thing inside. So when you order your food, you just kind of rub this wristwatch thing against their little sensor, and then it bills it to your account, and then you pay on the way out. And I guess it's just for ease of convenience, so you're not walking around with your wallet when, you could just be naked,
Right.
walking around. And so you're wearing this uniform clothing, and you literally have a strip around your arm with a number on it. You are reduced to a number. And we've got massages there as well, and they ask for your number when you check in, not your name. They ask for your number and they write it down.
Oh wow, it's like Ross is right or something.
It's like very cultish. So yeah, like the first time I went, I was weirded out by those two components. And now having been several times, I don't even give a shit about all the dicks. It's like whatever. And like
no, that doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me at all anymore. And
it never bothered me.
That's like
it's not the reason I don't like
there's something
it.
weirdly empowering about not giving a shit about being naked in front of other people.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like, yeah, whatever. It's the human body. It's natural. And it's our fucking culture, man, that makes it weird. It's like Aaron's D Club all over again.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fucking culty nature is still really unsettling to me. Like every time I go, and it's been a long time since I've been anyway. But yeah, it's like I don't know what the solution is, but
what if you went there and you're sitting in the spot and someone went, "Whoa, Barry Creamer, love Game Grumps," and like you're just both sitting there naked.
I mean.
And then he like pulled out a phone from somewhere, you couldn't really figure out where, and he like took a picture of your penis, and then he posted it on the subreddit and was like, 6,000 upvotes, Barry's penis.
I mean, if we're both standing there naked, he probably doesn't have his phone on him.
Well, what if he had kept it in his bunghole?
He kept up his butt.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. I would.
What if he was diseased? What if he had like a big?
I would
disease?
sword fight him with my willy and win, and then say no one will believe you and walk away.
Actually, me and Kevin were talking about that. We were like, like, would it be great? Like, if like someone said, "Hey, can I have a picture?" and then you just like spit like yogurt in their face, and then slap them, and then you just look them in the eye and go, and then like break their phone, and then you just go, "No one will ever believe you." It's because every time they tell that story, they're like, "Sick meme, bro."
Yeah, it's like, oh, I met Ross and he spat yogurt on my face and threw away my phone. It's like that didn't happen.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, and someone was like, yeah, like my friend met Bill Murray on the street at night randomly, and Bill Murray straight up kissed him on the mouth and was like, no one will ever believe you, and walked away. And it's like, I want to believe that's true.
Fuck off.
I want to believe that's. It's like, yeah, it sounds impossible, but that's the whole point of the no one will ever believe you.
Yeah,
you have to do something no one will believe. So, yeah, bro, if I'm ever hanging out at the nudie spa and there's a lovely there,
and I spit yogurt in your face,
then we'll just have gay sex on the spot. And
oh my
I'll be like,
god,
no
stop!
one will believe you.
Stop. Save some for me.
Yeah, bro. Well, that's why we go to the gay spa.
The gay spa. That is not what it's called, Barry.
No, it's called Way Spa.
Oh, damn, there's no darker color for that one?
What are you looking for?
For the mouth. I don't know. Oh, no, there
The
is. There
mouth.
is. Oh, I could just go... No.
Well, you can do the shading the way they did it.
How did they do it?
Oh, I think they went lighter.
And they just kind of sketched it, then sketched harder on top of it?
No, those are 2 different colors for the bottom part.
You're right.
I think you used the shading.
Who fucking cares, bro? I'm just gonna do this. Just do some highlights.
Just do a highlight. Yeah.
And then I'll be good.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying your I don't even know what portmanteau to call this monstrosity. It's Snivson. Homer Snivson.
Snivsons. Da 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 da. Bort. Bort.
Be the best. Be the best there was.
Bort. Bort Marge.
Peekabort.
Peekabort.
Ugh. I want a whole family of fucking Polkasons.
You know, I'm kind of curious. What happens if I just do like a darker color? Oh, wait, what?
Oh. Well, there you go. I was there the whole time. Oh, that is... That looks like his 5 o'clock shadow is bulging out of his head.
Whatever.
But, excuse me, I did not mean to backseat artiste you.
Did you know that the reason they do those kind of weird like separated beards is because it makes the lip sync easier?
Is that so?
Because this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is separated from this.
Oh, it's on its own layer.
So it goes there, so you can animate it on a separate layer.
Mm.
That's why a lot of characters back in Hanna-Barbera, like Days, had that. Yeah.
All your Fred Flintstones and Barney Rubbles
exactly.
and Wham Bam Thank You Ma'ams.
Get on the floor and slam.
Yeah, man. This is looking real good.
Okay, I'm pretty happy.
I think he needs some
with this.
shine on his shoes.
Oh, you're right.
Damn straight, I'm right. Homer ain't no fool to have not shiny shoes.
You know, Barrett, when you're right, you're right.
And when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's the nature of right and wrong.
All right, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, man, look at that. Bart. We're gonna add a final touch using hatching. Whoa, they're teaching you techniques.
Oh my god, are we really doing this?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to, but you should.
I mean, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. Oh my lord.
Oh wow, look at that.
Okay, we're doing it.
Hatch those hatches.
Jesus, I was not prepared for such techniques.
Yeah, man. This is an advanced technique, man.
We're no longer. I'm not really ready for this, to be honest.
When you upgraded your artiste hat, it got a little pointier. Don't you remember? Don't you remember?
I remember.
You were there.
I remember.
Bart.
Doing some lame shading.
Is Chris's Simpsons cartoon public, or is that just on his computer?
I don't know.
Cause holy shit, that was funny shit.
I think I've seen it around.
It was pretty vile stuff, so that would not live on YouTube.
Oh no, I know the one you're talking about. No, that isn't. I do not think that's anywhere.
But like not on Newgrounds or anything.
You're just like, why did you make that, Chris? He's like, I don't know. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I think he was saying that whenever he like is in an art rut,
he draws Homer Simpson.
Just draw Homer.
So that's kind of where I was to this today. I was just like, oh man, I don't know what I got in me for art today.
Just draw some goddamn
Also,
Homers.
I needed to warm up. I generally, always the first one in the session is always kind of a warm up.
I mean, that's fine. You don't have to shit on it after the fact.
I guess
I'm very happy with.
They want
your
me
art.
to hatch it.
You gotta hatch the face.
I don't really want to be honest.
Well, then that's your call as an artiste.
No, actually, I'm gonna go with.
You know, they're simply giving you tools and techniques. It's up to you to implement them.
I'm hatching.
You have to understand the point of the technique before you can
Done.
master it.
He's got like a six-pack done. I don't care. Honestly, I don't even like the hatching. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, you can do it. Sweet,
Fail the
man.
lesson.
Finish your sketch. Following the curves of the body.
Oh, damn, that's sexy.
It looks like a Zora.
It does a little bit.
It looks like Princess Ruto. Oof, the overall shape is pretty good. You can say that again. Bart! Marge! Ah, he's falling in the forest.
Wow, just
Dang.
wow.
Look at that, man. You drew a Homer. Homer Snake.
I didn't draw it. Susie did.
Susie, great work, Susie. You see, people were tossing Susie's signature onto like the Constitution.
Oh yeah, her John Hancock.
Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
God, that really cracked me up.
Man.
Hey.
All right. Well, that
that.
was a pretty deep and
Zoom
meaningful
that out.
conversation.
Look at that tiny. I was like, Bert. quieter now. He's farther away. Sweet, man. Well, next time on Grumpcade,
Next time on Grumpcade.
we're gonna draw Snivy Simpson.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. Goodbye.
Bye.
Pokemon Art Academy is a game